Hey everybody, it's Macktion from tabletroms.com, and we are here at the MET booth to find out about a little something interesting. Kevin, what can you tell us about MET?
MET's an independent testing lab. We've been around since 1959. We're privately held, and in the late 70s, when the United States government came out with OSHA, one of the things OSHA stated was that any electrical product used in the workplace had to be listed by Underwriters Laboratories or Factory Mutual. And the founder of our company at that time, Leonard Fryer, took offense to that and said, wait, we can do that. As a matter of fact, we've been doing electrical testing and certification for the states of Oregon and Washington. So he sued the U.S. government, and to make a long story short, he won. And then he forced them to come up with what's called the NRTL program, the Nationally Recognized Testing Laboratory program. So then Leonard applied back to them and said, okay, now that you have this program, I would like to become a laboratory. Well, OSHA didn't act on his application, so he had to go back and sue them again. So at that point in time, then OSHA came in along with MSHA and a couple other organizations, because it was the first time they actually audited the laboratory for this program. And not only did we meet, we exceeded their requirements. Then they went over to Underwriters Laboratories to do the same thing. The problem there was that UL did not comply with their requirements and didn't pass that. So UL is actually grandfathered as an NRTL until several years later, then they became an NRTL. So what does that mean? As an NRTL, that means that you're approved by OSHA to investigate and list products to the applicable UL ANSI standards. So you can look at it this way: UL actually has two divisions primarily in dealing with product safety. They have one that works with the industry in writing and creating standards, and they do a fine job doing that. Then they have the other side, that's a laboratory side, that does the investigations and determines whether or not the product complies with these standards. And that's all we wanted to do, is to give manufacturers an alternative. Because before that, they had no alternative. There was basically a monopoly in product safety testing and certification. So that's what we do. We are the nation's first nationally recognized testing laboratory. We're approved for over 200 standards at this point in time. So there's many manufacturers, brand name manufacturers such as Acer, Dell, Samsung, LG, that actually use MET as an alternative. And then on top of that, not only do we do the product safety, what makes us attractive to the manufacturers is we do other types of testing that they may need, such as the EMC compliance for FCC, the CE marking, and then have an environmental simulation lab where we can do transportation testing, highly accelerated life testing of devices, failure evaluation, and so forth.
Very nice. Well, everybody, you should be keeping a lookout for the MET stamp as opposed to the UL stamp on the back of our electronics products. Kevin, thank you so much. Is there anything else that, just in parting, you'd like us to know about your company that we haven't asked or you haven't yet covered?
We have a presence that's worldwide. We have locations in Baltimore. We have locations in California, actually in Austin. Recently we took over the laboratory that Dell owned, their test lab, so we now operate that. And that's in Austin, Texas. We have locations Shenzhen, Taipei, and Seoul, and then partners throughout the world that we work with.
And where can our viewers find more information on MET?
That's a great question. The best thing to do is go right to our website, www.metlabs.com.
METLabs.com. Again, thank you very much. Have a good one.
Take care.